The euro versus US dollar is right at the 100-hour moving average as we speak, as we head into the last half hour of trading for this Monday in New York. 141.13 is where that level comes in. The current price trading 141.11, and the 38.2% retracement of the move. This move down to the downside here over the last few days comes in at 141.18. So we know our risk here in the euro versus US dollar. I drew another trend line in here that connects this high going back to the high that we saw on Friday, and that level comes up at the 141.28. Will be another level of resistance here for the euro versus US dollar. But the afternoon in the New York session has moved pretty nice little pace to the upside here. The corrective moves have been shallow. The market has moved higher, as we've seen here, and the if you put a Fibonacci from the high that we saw on Friday afternoon to the low, where you're approaching the 61.8% of that move to the downside, corrective move. 61.8 comes in at the 21 level. So enough reasons to see some resistance up ahead, enough reasons to see some further squeezing ahead if the market should continue its rally, its pace to the upside here. So key levels here for the euro versus US dollar. Once again, the 100-hour moving average currently being tested at the 13 level for the euro versus US dollar. Let's take a look at the sterling versus US dollar, and this currency pair went down pretty sharply actually in the New York session. Fell below this 100-hour moving average, fell below 38.2% retracement of the move up from the most recent low on July 12th up to the high. Fell below the 200 bar moving average, and then found support against that 200 bar moving average in between our goalposts now, back above that 38.2% retracement level at the 160.33 level, but below the 100 bar moving average. 100 bar moving average currently comes at 160.75. So no position coming into this evening. What you want to do is be patient, buyer against the 200 or seller against the 100 bar moving average, depending upon your bias in the market. If you are more inclined to sell the sterling versus US dollar, be patient toward the 100 bar moving average, see if the market can get up to that level. That'd be a nice level to sell against. If you're more of a buyer, look to buy it down here like it did earlier today in that currency pair. Let's take a look at the dollar versus yen, and the dollar versus yen as we head into the evening session. Came up, tested this 100-hour moving average here, just like the euro. 70.10 is where that level currently comes in. Stable level, keeps a bearish bias, 50% retrace at 79.02. Very narrow trading range here in the dollar versus yen. We are going hours with about a 5 or 6 pip range here for this currency pair. So we're looking for a breakout at some point or another of this narrow trading range for the last 3 days. We'll see how that transpires in the evening session. Let's take a look at the dollar versus Swiss, and this currency pair came up to its 100-hour moving average here and fell short just of this high that goes back to the last Thursday's trade at the 81.98 level. The 100 bar moving average came in 91, the Canada came in 98, and so that was enough to at least find some profit takers. Current price is trading around the 73 level. Again, the 100 bar moving average comes in at the 87 currently at the moment, so stay below 87, and things are looking more rotation back to the downside with support against the trend line. 81.44 is where that trend line comes in. Otherwise, we're going to break through the 100 bar moving average, move sharply higher, or should move higher here with a break through the 98, then targeting the 82.45 level. 38.2% retracement of the move down from the high that we saw on July the 8th. Down, that's July the 8th. July the 8th, down to our low that we saw here last week in last week's trading on July 14th. And again, that level comes in at the 82.45 level. Let's take a look at the dollar versus Canada as our next currency pair. And we saw oil prices come off a little bit here today. That pushed dollar Canada to the upside here, but as we come into the close and the euro dollar moved higher, we saw the dollar Canada move back to the downside. The move to the upside took the price above the 200 hour moving average. That's the green line in this chart at the 96.22 level, but we could not sustain the move above that level, and you can see the market came off of that level, breaking below the 100-hour moving average at the 95 level on the downside, and next level of support would come in against these low areas around the 95.58 level on the downside for the dollar versus Canada. The Aussie versus US dollar showing some signs of life here after a few days of movements to the downside here. That movement took the price below 61.8% of the last move to the upside here in this up and down action here in the currency pair. The last couple hours have seen the price move above the 105.89 level. That level represents this upper channel trend line here. A couple little points on the bottom here. The market held and fell short of that move down here at the bottom here, indicating a less of a momentum to the downside. Now with the price moving higher, we will see and breaking through that top trend line, we'll see if the market can extend up through the 106.19 level, move back up through the 28.29 level here in the evening session. We could break through that level, could head on back toward the 100-bar moving average, 100-hour moving average, which also represents the high from Friday's trading. On the downside, if we're able to move back within this channel here, look for support against the bottom of the trend line at 105.50, 51 level. So we're at a key level here for the Aussie versus US dollar. Let's look at the Euro Swiss next. We are looking at the dollar Swiss moving up, checking the 100-hour moving average and falling off against that level. The Euro Swiss also had a similar move. We gapped to the downside, fell below this channel here, support here, and found some support against this channel low here, and the market then started to move back up to the upside, moving above this channel trend line and moving back above this higher trend line here, and the market has found some resistance against the 100-hour moving average. That 100-hour moving average comes in about the or is climbing toward resistance against the 105.55 level. That is the 100-hour moving average, and let's go back how far we have to go back before the last time we were above that 100-hour moving average in the Euro versus Swiss, all the way back to this date, going back to July 5th. So key level being approached here in the Euro versus Swiss. We'll be paying attention to that level. Once again, it comes in around the 115.55, 56 level in the Euro versus Swiss. Let's take a look at the New Zealand versus US dollar as we head into their session, and this currency pair continues to remain supported here near the upper end of the range. Take a look at the daily chart, and you can see that we are trading at the highs here for the New Zealand versus US dollar. Off the hourly chart, the price is in between these two trend lines. 84.79 is the top side. On the downside, we have the 83.87 in addition to the 100-hour moving average comes in at 83.82. So those are key levels that we're going to be watching here tonight. Once again, we're trading in between in what has been a narrow trading range over the last 15 or so hours here in the New Zealand versus US dollar. Hadn't really moved to the downside. Started off at the highs for today's trading, but most of the activity very narrow trading range. So we have lots of potential as we head into the night session. Key level in the euro sterling as we head into the night session, that would be the 100-day moving average. The market is currently testing that level at the 87.96 level. Current price trading 90 here. If we break above the 96 level, that could go a long way toward the some of the other currency pairs, including the euro and the pound sterling, had to have an effect on each of those currency pairs. We have seen this pair start off and move lower, and then move sharply to the upside. Now, as we head back into our close, once again, let's take a last look at the euro versus US dollar, currently trading around the 16 level. Again, we have the resistance at the 141.18 level, and we have this key 100-hour moving average at the 141.13. So far, the euro versus US dollar has not backed off from these high resistance levels, looking a little bit stronger as we head into the close in New York session. My name is Greg Michalowski. Good fortune with your trading tonight, and be sure to register for those webinars tomorrow They're free, so come on in. We look forward to having you.